Hi, you've tuned in to Radio Northern Beaches, your Listen Local station, right here on the Northern Beaches of Sydney. You can find us on your radio dial at 88.7 and 90.3 FM. Can't get to a radio? No worries. You can always stream our program live from anywhere in the world at rnb.org.au. And for listening on your own schedule, our podcasts are available globally at rnbpodcast.com.au. So be sure to follow and subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. Now, here is our latest podcast. Today I have Paul Robertson with me from The Shack. Hi, Paul. Thanks for coming.
Hi.
So I was at The Shack the other night, had a ball.
Oh, good.
And I've actually interviewed one of the groups just recently, and we'll have them on air shortly. But tell me about The Shack, where it is, how it came to be. Talk to me.
Okay. This could be long. The Shack started in 1964 in the ambulance shed in Narrabeen Caravan Park by such luminaries as Greg Quill and Country Radio. They moved to Waterloo Street. They went on to about 78, something like that. Then in the early 80s, I and friends started a theatre company, and Rhonda Moore, my partner, and Kathleen Swadling had both been participants of the Shack in that early period and wanted to start something up again just like it. So under the umbrella of the theatre company, Magic Theatre, we put on the 20th Century Folk Club, which ran to about 1988. I then got a job in television, Channel 9, and that just meant I didn't have any time to scratch myself anymore. And that was the case until I finished with Fox Sports in 2000. And then we restarted the Shack in 2006 at the Tramshed Community Arts Centre, and it has run ever since.
And now you're out at Warriewood?
And now we're at Ted Blackwood Hall, Warriewood, on the first Saturday of the month. Bring your own food and wine for a deliciously entertaining and affordable good night out of live music entertainment.
And it is great.
He said unrehearsed.
Fair enough. And it is great, listeners. I was there. You get to see 3 different acts.
Yeah. We started at 7:30 and we like to mix it up. You know, we don't want people to be bored. We put on music that the pubs and clubs don't put on, right? So we are, in many ways, a vital cog in promoting live music, especially original artists, and especially on the Northern Beaches.
And is there an age limit to it?
Oh, no, hell no. We like to put on the young up-and-comers as well as the oldie olds.
And I've seen some great entertainment.
Oh,
there.
yeah, no. We deliberately try and make it good, cool, that you will remember and enjoy.
A lot of the locals go there, but you would like a few more people to know about it and to come along.
Oh, absolutely.
And support, because you're not for profit, aren't you?
Oh, that's true. We're not for profit. We do it because we love it. We don't make any dough out of this. In fact, it quite often costs us dough to put it on. But we do it because we are from a live music background and live performance background, and we want to promote that. And, you know, post-COVID, that's so much more important now because COVID really obliterated live performance.
And so what types of music and how do the bands react when you approach them, or do they approach you? How does it all work?
Okay. We also produce the Northern Beaches Music Festival, which has been going since 2011. And so we get about 120 acts a year apply for that. And we look for difference and wonderful. You know, if they're a Middle Eastern band with a dancer, that sounds interesting. If they're a African band with congas and stuff, that sounds interesting. If they're a Serbian violin choir thing, that sounds interesting. If they're Peruvian, that sounds interesting. If they're Northern Beaches original artists or blues artists or Zydeco artists, that all sounds interesting to us. And so we like to cherry pick from what's on offer and provide that to our audience so they're never bored. You know, you get, when you go there, it's just, oh, look at this. I never would have thought to seen this. That's the type of reaction we want.
Well, I was there for 3 acts, and one particular one was the Shruti Band.
Oh, aren't they great?
And they are a show in themselves, let alone the music.
Man.
The amount of instruments they have, and that's who I've done the interview with.
Oh,
for the
cool.
Soul.
Yeah, they're a good
play
act.
That very soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just to watch them use the different instruments
and the way they interpreted different songs was just genius. I know the Shruti brothers have applied for the festival, and I think that'd be a good idea.
Look, they had everybody bopping around. They really did. It was great, and so much so that I went to the back and said to Andrew, because Radio Northern Beaches records, and I'll talk to you about that.
Bless Radio Northern Beaches.
And I said to him, I want to do a whole show on these people. They are just so good. So that was great. But tell me about the different music you sort of profess to are folk, contemporary, country, original, blues, modern, traditional, bluegrass.
Well, everything except
Celtic, American.
Everything except cover bands and tribute bands.
Right. So you have a wide
because everyone
range.
else is doing that, right?
Yeah.
All the pubs and clubs are up to their eyes in tribute bands and cover bands. And so all the other musicians in the community don't have an opportunity to play in front of an audience. So that's what we do.
Yeah, and it works quite well. I've been to a few, and I really enjoy them. But now that I'm with Radio Northern Beaches, I go even more because we record. So tell us about how Radio Northern Beaches got involved in recording, and we actually play that as live music.
Okay. My connection with Radio Northern Beaches was at the beginning. I was on the board when it got its license, and we started doing recordings of live music then. And then when we started the festival in 2011, Radio Northern Beaches, because I got re-involved with Radio Northern Beaches for a while, and outside broadcast is where I come from, and so that's what I encouraged. And so Andrew, bless his socks, got a van, does it. And so since then, he has been recording the shack and the festival and being directly involved in the audio side of it and the video side of it since then. And it's really good working relationship. We love Radio Northern Beaches. It's a really valuable community asset.
Thank you. We like to hear that. We really do. So Andrew then brings it back and he works on it and then puts it up live
a
for
week
our
later,
audience. Yeah, a week or two maybe. But we have a lot of fun doing that. And it also helps the bands get out there as well.
Oh, absolutely.
It gives them some coverage.
It gives them an airplay, which they all desperately need, because getting airplay for what you do is a difficult thing to do. Performing arts in Australia is a difficult, hard yard. Not so much in Europe, but in Australia it is. And so any support that we can give to artists to do stuff like that, to be able to put them on air, to be able to record them, to be able to promote them and have them perform live in front of an audience and get paid is what we're into. And that's what we're about. Same with the festival. We put on we have had 5 stages with, 50 acts over 2 days. And that's a lot of performance and a lot of talent being exposed to the community and to an appreciative audience and getting paid as well. So that's what we strive to do. We are generous souls of live music.
So tell us more about the workings of the festival and how the musicians make contact. And it's still open for musicians.
Yeah, it is. It's northernbeachesmusicfestival.org. And if you go there, the application's shut at the end of this month. And you just send in your bio, your photo, and links to your music. Same with the Shack, shackfolk.com. And we will listen to you, and if we like what you do and think it fits in with us, then we'll put you on. If we think you might fit with another venue venue on the Northern Beaches like the Fig or Humfall, we'll pass your information on. That's what we do. We have a community of live music on the Northern Beaches, which is wonderful. And if we all join together and spread the information around, that would be even more wonderful. And that's what we try and do with our festival.
With the Shack, bands and musicians can contact you on
shackfolk.com. Get on there. Yes, get on there and say hello. My email is nbmfestival@gmail.com. And you can just say hello and we'll try and put you on, especially if you're not a cover or tribute band.
And it also has, each week you refresh it with what's on the next, each month you refresh it.
We have a lovely crew of shackettes who all work on this for nothing. And Vicky, our communications manager, does the Facebook side of it and passes on emails that come into us, and then we talk about it and listen to it and go, oh, yeah, they sound good. Let's put them on. We do one show a month on the first Saturday of the month at the Ted Blackwood Hall, and so we can fit in about 30 acts a year. The festival, on the other hand, maybe 50 acts in 2 days. And so there's another opportunity there, northernbeachesmusicfestival.org.
So tell me more about the festival and how it works. And do you have it all in one place or is it in different places?
Okay.
How does it work?
We've been doing it at the Tramshed Community Arts Centre for quite a few years now, since its inception, in fact. It has 3 100-seater rooms that we turn into stages. We have put a external stage, a free to the community stage, outside with world food stalls and merchandise stalls and stuff like that, where you get, high school bands, primary school bands, the Scottish Highland Band and dancers, Morris dancers, the Serbian community dancers, Peruvian music and dances. We like to mix it up. We like to bring our community together and say hello to each other, because in many ways that's the biggest difficulty, is knowing who your community is and how to contact people within your community. I lament the death of the Manly Daily. Thank you, Mr. Murdoch. But, that's the way it goes. The reach that other magazines have is far less. We love them, but the Manly Daily reached everybody and was delivered to your door. And I used to highlight it.
That's, yeah. But I agree. We desperately miss the Manly Daily.
Yeah.
And even going online, it's just...
Yeah. Oh, it's not the same experience.
No, and then half the time you can't get on. So
yeah.
It's a shame to have lost it, because it was a community
the glue.
thing. Yeah.
It was the communication glue of the Northern Beaches.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
So, dates. The date for the festival.
Oh, the 1st and 2nd of November. We normally operate now in November, the first weekend of November. And so it's the 1st and 2nd of November, Saturday and Sunday. And multiple acts on multiple stages. There'll be world food involved. With any luck, there'll also be a bar involved. We have been working with Bucketies, but... every year's another challenge. Yeah, so we're looking forward to doing it again. We're getting now into the sharper end, because you work on it all year, unfortunately, and you have to promote it all year. And we go away to music festivals like the Blue Mountains, like the National Folk Festival, like Bundanoon, St Albans, and we promote our festival there. And we start that at the beginning of the year. And then by the end of this month, when the applications close, we'll be deciding who's going to be on and then promoting that. And that information will come out probably in late July, and then offering early bird tickets, which are ridiculously cheap compared to what you're getting.
There you go, listeners. You've got to get into the early birds.
And then we offer... Our tickets are really cheap compared to everybody else's, I can tell you, for what you get, because we try and pick the cream. Lots of the acts that are playing in the other big festivals are playing at ours. And lots of Northern Beaches musicians who are wonderful are playing at ours. So if you're interested in performing there, northernbeachesmusicfestival.org.
And there's a lot of information on there. I've been through the site just to check it out.
Just to check it out.
Yeah. Okay. When you're on stage at the Shack and introducing, you tend to be a bit of a comedian. You have a comedian background, I understand.
I do.
Tell us a little about that.
I've been doing performance arts, live performance arts, since 1970 probably. I have been an actor. I've been in films, television, radio, and then I used my engineering background to get into Channel 9 in 84, I think it was. And then I was wheeling my way through that. But I was also doing stand-up at Jamieson Street and other places. So I love cabaret, really. I love cabaret when you go to a show and you get comedy, music, dance, mime, magicians, a variety of stuff. That's really my background. I still like writing comedy, and the Shack provides me with a captivated audience.
You do well.
Yeah.
So pretty well you've got a wealth of experience behind what you're doing, whereas that's not always the case with festivals.
No.
But you've got quite a lot of knowledge and experience.
I did outside broadcast forever at Channel 9 and event design, and then I went to Fox Sports. I was the operations manager of Fox Sports, and we did big events, multi-million dollars events. So I have background, and I also went into teaching television and events and stuff like that for not only North Sydney Institute but the University of Western Sydney. And so all that comes in the package that is I. So I know how to do a lot of things, and we rely on volunteers who accept the fact that I'm a know-it-all and see that we can work together and put on an event. And so that's what we do. No one gets paid. We do put on an event. We put in the curtains, we put in the lights, we put in the PA, the electrics, all the tables and chairs, the tablecloths, everything. And then we put it all away again. And then we wait for another month and do it again. And the same with the festival. Multi stages, but you need a PA, lights, curtains, electrics for all of those stages. And that's what we bring together with a lot of really good volunteer support. People who sponsor us, like Mona Vale Music, they sponsored us forever. Wonderful people. Go and see them for anything you want musical. And others, and Andrew and the radio station, they run a stage PA. And they do live broadcasts from the festival, so you're given not only an opportunity for musicians to be heard in the beaches, but also announcers to be heard talking to musicians about the beaches.
We like doing that a lot.
Yeah.
It also gets us some great interviews.
Yeah, exactly.
And so your partner Rhonda, she is on your band of volunteers, but she's also got a band of her own.
She does.
Tell us about that.
She has a couple of bands actually. Her current band is Rhonda and the Grass Cutters, and they are just wonderful. They have really highly skilled musicians in that band, and harmonies to die for. And no, they're a really good act. Rhonda also has another band called the Spasm Band, which is sort of, I couldn't totally describe it well, I guess. I've fumbled on that one. But anyway, and she also has performed as a solo artist. In fact, when we were overseas just recently, she did 3 gigs, one in Jersey, one in York, and one in London. How about that? A world
Excellent.
tour.
Oh, I reckon. And what sort of music does she when she does solo?
She does a combination of traditional folk plus blues, plus on the edge of it a little bit of jazz drifting in there, and jug band and stuff like that. But she's been doing it since she was 16, so, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And we're old farts now, so there you go.
Fair enough. But yeah, she's at the desk. If you want to meet her, she's at the desk at the shack.
Yeah.
As you come in the door.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's wonderful. Tell me a little bit more about the upcoming event and who is on.
You're talking about the festival or the shack?
No, sorry, the shack.
The shack. Okay. Our next month, which is the first day of the month, and for the life of me, I can't remember what date that is. But anyway, we have the Water Runners, a 5-piece wonderful band from the South Coast who do, I guess, country swing to bluegrass, and they're really good. We also have on the Go-Tos from the inner city, a 4-piece who do wonderful music and original stuff and harmonies to die for. And we've also got Vincent Cross, an original singer-songwriter from the USA. And so you're getting a pretty good bag of tricks there.
Yeah, you'd pay at least $60, $70 to hear those sort of
And we
things.
only charge you $30.
Well, that's a really good family
And you
night
bring
out.
your own food and wine.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, Paul, look, it's been wonderful talking to you.
Thank you so much, Chris.
And we really enjoy the shack. I just had such a ball the other night.
Oh, good.
And, as I said, everyone that played was fantastic, but that Shruti band was just amazing.
They are really cool. They are very cool.
We'll love to have you back on again sometime.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming along and talking to us.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you, Radio Northern Beaches, for listening.
If you would like to hear the full program with the music talked about in our interview, go to mixcloud.com/ChrissyMack123. That's ChrissyMack123.
Australia, the lucky country. We've got meat pies. We've got the world's best beer. But most importantly, top of the list, we've got Radio Northern Beaches 88.7, 90.3. Now hitting the entire world on www.rmb.org.au.